Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Cara Shirley. I'm your digital news desk host. It is Tuesday, the 27th of August, and we are currently waiting for Carly Gregg to go into the courtroom. So she is back in court today, and what she is there for today is a. Oops, let me turn that volume down for you guys. I apologize.
I just realized.
There we go. So sorry about that. But Carly Gregg is going into court today, and we're going to find out, is she going to be pleading guilty? Is there a plea deal that is going to be made? Or is this just going to be a pre-trial checklist? The court proceedings were set to start at 1 o'clock. It is currently 1:02. You can see here inside the courtroom there, but we are waiting for this to begin, for it to get started. Now, in case you are not familiar with Carly Gregg is the now 15-year-old, then 14-year-old, who was accused or is accused of killing her mother, Ashley Smiley, and attempting to kill her stepfather. This happened back in March. Ashley Smiley, her mother, was a teacher at Northwest Rankin, where Carly was also a student. So this happened towards the end of March, and what we are waiting on is to see what is going to happen. Are we going to trial? Will trial start next month? Or is there a plea deal that has been reached? We are not sure. We know that when she was in court last week, that the judge, Dewey Author, that he did put a deadline in place for attorneys for both sides, for the state and for Carly, that they had to have all of their discovery turned in by last Tuesday, close of business last Tuesday. Then the judge also set a deadline that if there was going to be a plea deal reached, that had to be reached and decided upon on Thursday of last week. So what we are waiting on now is for them to get back into court and to see what is going to be happening with this case. Will we go to trial with it? If we go to trial, that is expected to start next month in September. But right now, we are just waiting for the judge to enter and for Carly to enter. As soon as that happens, you can see Carly just entered right there. So we are going to go straight into the courtroom with you guys right now.
All rise. Circuit Court of Orange County is now in session. The Honorable Dewey Arthur presiding. All right, please be seated.
Let's see. Okay. All right. State Mississippi versus Carly Gregg, cause number 2024-34169. Please bring the defendant to the podium. All right, we're here by way of pre-trial conference checklist, which means that the defendant has rejected any recommendation from the state. For the record, what was the last recommendation of the state of Mississippi?
Here, the state recommended 40 years in the custody of Mississippi Department of Corrections and agreed to not cross counts 2 and 3 of the indictment. But again, there were fines and no contact and things like that.
All right, Ms. Gregg, did you receive that recommendation of 40 years?
Yes, sir.
And it was your choice and your choice alone to reject that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, if she proceeds to trial, count 1, what's the potential sentence?
Life,
If the jury fails to affix the sentence at life, what's the sentencing range?
20 years to 40 years.
All right, and count 2, what's the potential sentence?
Between 20 years and life.
All right, she's 14 years old, so if the jury fails to affix the punishment at life, she's facing 50 years.
Give or take, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, and in count 3, what's she facing?
Another 10 years.
Another 10 years. So the jury will either acquit you or you'll be facing 2 life sentences, or this court can sentence you up to 93 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your choice and your choice alone to proceed to trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have a seat. It says discovery is complete except expert reports from McNaughton experts. I thought I've ordered those to be turned over 3 times. Has that been received by the state?
No, sir, Your Honor. And I just, before you walked in, got with counsel opposite and showed them 2 orders that were motions that he granted last time we were in front of you. The order granting our motion to compel their compliance with the mental evaluation analysis, and also the order granting the motion to compel compliance with Rule 17. May I vote?
Do you still intend on trying to offer experts at this trial?
Here, we have an expert that's going to be doing an evaluation. We do not plan on contacting him.
Right. Well,
And Your Honor, just for the clarification, we're aware of the time constraints, and we know that we have to get our evaluation done. Our evaluations happen on Thursday. And
actually, the reports were due a month ago, Mr. King. I signed an order more than a month ago. Now, I'm not going to, there's nothing in front of me to rule on at this time. There's nothing in front of me to rule on at this time. All right. Says that there's some pending motions, anticipated motions, suppress urine test, and both sides think it'd be 3 days for trial. Is that correct by the state?
Your Honor, I believe it'll take probably a little more than 3 days. But there are additional motions that the state intends to file, certainly some motions in limine.
All right. Other defense?
Your Honor, I expect the trial itself to probably take 4 to 5 days.
I'll remind both sides, these jurors are getting paid a whopping $25 a day. So, y'all drag this case out at your own peril. However, I'm gonna give each side plenty of time to try your case. All right. All motions under Rule 16.1, the motion filing deadline is this Friday, August 30th, 2024. Under Rule 34.1, the Mississippi Rules of Criminal Procedure, all motions must be in writing and must contain a concise statement of the precise relief requested and must state the specific factual grounds and specific legal authority. Failure to comply will result in the motion being considered procedurally abandoned or waived. Responses must be filed in writing before the close of business Wednesday, September 4th, 2024, or the motion may be considered confessed. Reply to any response may be filed if desired before the close of business on Friday, September 6th, 2024. Under Rule 34.2, you must be in court on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024 at 9 o'clock for hearings on pretrial motions. All jury instructions must be pre-filed before the close of business on Friday, September 13th, 2024. This court will not entertain a request for jury instructions either party failed to pre-file unless there is good cause shown. Additionally, an editable copy of all instructions must be emailed in Microsoft Word format to sbutler@rankingcounty.org. All right, I need this attorney for the state. Y'all already signed off on this?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Do I need to put the additional motions?
No, as long as the motions are filed by the motion filing deadline, the court's going to consider all motions both parties file. As long as they contain a legal basis and, some case law. All right, anything further from the state?
All right, I think the only pending matter, and this may be something that we address at the pretrial conference, is the defendant, and I don't have it in front of me, I think filed a motion to transfer to youth court that we've never heard.
You want to hear that on pretrial conference day, or do you want to hear it today?
Pretrial conference.
All right, the court will hear that matter on pretrial conference day. Anything further from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Best of luck to both sides. The defendant will remain in custody to await trial. Yes. Court will be in recess for 15 minutes.
And as you just saw there, so Carly Gregg did reject the plea deal that was presented to her for 40 years. So she rejected the 40-year plea deal. The judge did go over with Carly, explaining to her, or first making sure that she made that decision on her own, and she said that she did. Judge also explained that on count one, what she's being charged with, which is murder of her mother, she could receive 40 to life. On count two, she's being charged with attempted murder for her stepfather, and she could be sentenced 20 to life with that. And then there's count three, and she could be sentenced 10 years on that. So in all, Carly could be facing 70 years in prison. And they are asking that, or they'll be filing a motion for her to be tried in a youth court, but that will not be heard. The judge will not hear that motion until later over in September. So the judge did let both sides know that the motion to file deadlines is this Friday. So the court will consider all motions that are submitted as long as they have a legal basis. So the defense, Carly's attorneys, which is Kevin Camp, and also her other attorney, her main attorney is Bridget Todd. So those attorneys did choose to wait until the pretrial hearing to hear the motion on whether or not Carly would be tried in a youth court. That pretrial motion, or pretrial hearing rather, to look at the motions will be September the 10th. So the judge also asked about discovery being turned in on time. There was a report from a doctor for the defense that was examining Carly that was supposed to be turned in July. It was not turned in. And then last Monday when they were in court, it still had not been turned in. The judge then gave the deadline of last Tuesday, end of business last Tuesday, for all of the discovery. Everything that they would want to be included in the trial must be submitted by last Tuesday, close of business. It was not. They said that it was not turned in. The state did not receive it. So, I am not sure what's going to happen with that. Not sure how they are going to play that, the defense is, but that's where we're sitting at right now. So Carly rejected a 40-year plea deal. That means that she will be going to trial in September. She will be facing charges of murder for her mother, Ashley Smiley. She will be facing charges of attempted murder for her stepfather, Heath Smiley. And then she is also facing a third charge. And I unfortunately do not have that charge right in front of me, and I don't want to speak wrong on it. So the first charge that she is facing, she could be receiving 40 to life. The second charge, she could receive 20 to life. And the third charge, she could receive up to 10 years. So that's what we're looking at. Those will start next month, and we are going to be following it here on the WLBT and WLBT Plus. The pretrial hearing or the motion hearing pretrial to see those motions that must be turned in by this Friday will be on September the 10th. And the judge gave all of the instructions on how those are supposed to be submitted, what format, who they're supposed to submit them to, all of that information. So looking here on our live stream right now, Sangusta says not taking the 40 years. She has some kind of problem. What is she trying to prove? And then there's a lot of you asking very good questions. Here we have Sharon asking if the biological father is still around. That's not something that we are aware of. We don't know, but we will look into that. Looking here, Tamika saying, why get tried in youth court when you committed an adult crime? Probably requesting that because she is still a teenager. She is still a youth in the eyes of the law. But that is, you guys have a lot of questions, a lot of really great questions here, and we're going to be looking into those. But we are most definitely going to be following this into the trial. We're going to be following the hearing that is for the pretrial motions, and we will bring you all of the information right here on WLBT Plus and WLBT. So make sure you are tuning in for that. That is all that we have today for WLBT Plus. We are watching the court case, her going to court to see what was going to happen. We knew that a plea deal must be entered into by last Thursday in order for it to be accepted by the judge. And we know that Carly rejected that plea deal. She rejected a 40-year plea deal. So she will be going to trial next month, and we will be following it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock for WLBT Plus, and I hope to see you then. Bye.